I know, me too.
Alright.
Oh yeah. While waiting for the thing.
It's already started.
Oh sweet. Never mind, it started.
What's this is something you wanted?
I
What
drew
did
an
you roll?
aboleth.
Say.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
Yeah,
Um,
it was fun.
Oh yeah. Okay.
hi, everybody. Welcome to Dungeon Academy.
Woo!
The group's getting pieces of the Rod of Seven Parts, and Seraphine ended up. They went to Barovia. Seraphine ended up as a Dark Lord of her own domain, so the rest of the group's trying to get her out of there. She's kind of trapped there. And there's this pit, and the pit is like sucking stuff into it. So last time, the group had gotten this gauntlet of redemption, which they think might be able to help Seraphine get out and also reconnect her to her god Umbra, the goddess of good. So they were kind of standing, and the wind from the pit is really strong. So Lilia actually got sucked into the pit, and they're in a temple, and the pit, the force from the pit is so strong it's actually like tearing the temple apart, the temple that they're standing in. And Lilia had just gotten sucked in. For some reason, they have a rabbit or a bunny that they put the gauntlet on, and
This is a bunny we stole from Barovia. This is a bunny with a southern accent from Barovia.
Yeah, southern accent bunny from Barovia with a chouse.
All we have to
It was the
gauntlet.
Gauntlet.
Gauntlet. A chalice is a cup.
I know.
Yeah.
I just messed up.
Hold on.
Just making
Get it?
Callus.
Yes.
the callus.
That's a different thing.
Callus is this right here, right there.
Wait, can you peel some off to show us? No.
Oh, hold on.
No, I didn't. No.
There you go.
What is this show anymore? You know.
I don't know.
What I mean?
So
I'm a little bit.
Alright, guys, come on.
the group doesn't know what happened to Lilia,
Oh.
and the rest of them are in Seraphine's domain, in this temple of, it's kind of like a fallen temple of Umbra. So Winthrop had created a spell that kind of protected them from the wind, but Winthrop shut it off, and as soon as Winthrop shut it off, everybody had to make saving throws. Lilia failed, and she went flying into the pit.
Yep.
So the wind is still really strong. So everybody but Lilia, why don't we just roll initiative just so I can
Okay.
figure out the order of how everything happens.
20 or a 1?
Winthrop
20. I hate you.
Is that a 20?
Yeah, it's a nat 20. Go screw yourself.
So what's the total, Winthrop, that you got?
22.
22. What about Brave Sweet? What'd you get?
And just so everyone knows,
I
that
got
was the one that knocked into 20. So
Oh, shit.
from
7.
earlier.
7.
7. Brave Sweet. What about Seraphine?
12.
12. Then let me roll for the Abbot, the fallen angel of Umbra.
Fuck. Yeah. Whoops. Whoops.
So Winthrop, you actually get to go first.
Fun.
You're all kind of gathered. Oh, so this is wind pulling you. The pit is in the next room, but there's no door. There's just a big opening, so the wind can just pull you right through. So make a strength save, please, to see if you can resist the wind. The suction vortex.
18.
You resist the wind suction vortex. So your hair is like whipping around.
Cool.
I think who's holding the bunny? Is it Winthrop or the Abbot?
I think it was 1.
I
Abbott,
thought I
right?
gave it to the abbot though.
Yeah, I think you had a the Abbot has the rabbit. I think that's what we said last
The
time.
abbot has the rabbit.
And the rabbit has the gauntlet, right?
Yeah.
So the idea was you were going to give the gauntlet to the Abbot,
Uh-huh.
and he was going to use it on Seraphine, although it might cost him his soul.
Yeah.
It would cost
Something
the
like that.
bunnies
I don't
to
know what it costs.
It would cost the bunny's soul. Because the bunny's wearing it.
Only if the bunny can even use it.
Yeah,
Brave
we
sweet.
know.
I believe in that bunny. That's a magical bunny.
I thought we
Lilia
got.
was here, she would be very upset about you trying to freaking kill a bunny. Just
My-
telling you.
But you're not here.
You hear that voice of conscience in the back of your head? That's Lilia. She's yelling at you. How dare you kill a poor innocent
Can't hear you.
bunny?
It is blowing too.
That's right. I think you're all deafened from the wind.
Oh,
Yeah.
that. Well,
Hey.
if you say we're deafened from the temple wind, yes.
Oh, it was from your wind. Well, I'll just say it's hard to.
Yeah, that's
hear,
why
so you
he
have to- yeah.
released
So Winthrop, what do you want to do on your turn, if anything?
Okay, so. I think y'all know. Okay. I freak out for a hot second,
Yeah.
but then, like, this odd calm washes over, and I just turn to the abbot, yell at him in a weird anger that you have not seen on Winthrop ever. And I just say, take the gauntlet, redeem Seraphine, or not, but if you do, maybe Umbra will consider redeeming you. And I just go towards the pit.
Oh, fuck.
Wow.
Uh-oh. We're
When
gonna
you say
kill
go
him.
towards the pit, I mean, are you just going to carefully walk towards it? Or are you going
I'm
to
kind
let...
of going reckless mode.
So you're going to let the thing
As if,
drag
like,
you?
I need to do this now or I never will.
Do you just walk in it like you're walking into a spa? Like,
No.
So you all see Winthrop, like, start to walk towards the pit. So the wind kind of takes him and just pulls him, and Winthrop just vanishes inside the pit. And then it is the abbot's turn. Is the abbot will make a save.
oh, come on, Abbott.
He doesn't, that's
He rolled a
hilarious.
natural 20. Okay.
Yeah!
So he
That's-
sighs,
Yeah!
and he takes the gauntlet off the rabbit, and it grows to fit his hand, puts it on, and he walks over to Seraphine. And Seraphine, he says something quietly to you, but you can't hear it over the wind. And he places his hand on you, and it starts to glow. So at first it seems like, oh, okay, this is happening. You know, he starts to glow, you start to glow. But then he gets like a confused look on his face. And Seraphine, you feel, okay, two things. One, your demon blood starts to boil.
Oh,
And
fuck.
two, you remember back in Barovia, from the lake, there was this entity that entered your body, which is still there.
Mm-hmm.
Tatiana, the spirit of the person that Strahd tried to marry.
Yeah.
So you feel this radiant energy washing over you. And you know that this is an opportunity to reconnect with Umbra. But you feel you have an option, basically. You can let him redeem you, or you can let him redeem Tatiana.
Oh, shit. Oh,
Possibly
shit.
give her a second chance at life.
Fuck, okay. I don't... If I do it, I don't know if the portal closes. Shit. I'll take it.
So you don't give it to Tatiana?
No.
Alright, so let's see. Let me check my
Had to roll
notes.
for that.
I had to, because I was like, well, I don't think she would. Because she doesn't want the pit to close, because I don't know if the domain collapses. I
So
don't know.
you all see in this real strong wind, big stones are being pulled off of the walls, hurtling into the pit all around you. Some of the stone statues are starting to waver a little bit, and little flakes are coming off of them and getting sucked into the pit. And your hair is being whipped around, and you see this big 8-foot-tall angel, the abbot, with the golden glove on his hand, and he's holding Seraphine's shoulder, and the gauntlet starts to glow, and then the glow slowly goes up his arm and covers his whole body, so he looks just like a being of light. And you see Seraphine kind of jolt, and her eyes shoot out with radiant energy. The entire realm starts to rumble. Seraphine, you feel first your blood like runs real hot, but then you feel kind of like a cool feeling shoot all over you, as if your blood turned to quicksilver or something, and then you start to feel at peace, and you feel kind of your holy connection to Umbra be restored, because there was times where you were trying to cast spells and either nothing happened or it didn't work quite right. You feel like that connection is fully strong again. And then the rest of you see the sky above you kind of cracks and splits open, and like the dark cloudy realm kind of recedes, and in its place is this purple starry void, and the whole realm gets lighter, less dark, and the wind goes away, and
Oh shit.
there's no more suction, and you hear kind of forest sounds.
He's
And
trying to
the
find
wind is completely stopped. And the abbot is like a being of light, and then he kind of just turns into little motes of energy, and he just dissipates completely. And the gauntlet, now gray and crusty, plops to the ground at Seraphine's feet.
Okay. Shit.
Can we restore that and make it real cool looking?
Yeah, I'll pick it up.
I want to see that animated. Holy cow!
Yeah, I'll pick it up and put it in my bag.
Okay, so Winthrop is gone, Lilia is gone, Brave Sweet and Seraphine, you are there. Did you have any flunkies with you? I don't remember. Oh, the bunny is there.
Yeah.
I think Marcus was there.
Marcus was there?
Yeah.
We had to use him to get in.
Good boy's there as well, because good boy was with us. Yeah.
And the temple that you're standing in was a very dark gray, and it starts to get brighter and almost white, and the cracks start to fill with moss.
Oh, well, that's great, but my friends are gone.
And also hovering in the purple void, slowly passing by, you see like a mile-long stone statue of a dwarf lying in repose.
Did I turn him into a statue? Shit. Okay. I'm gonna run over to the pit and see if I can, like, I don't know if I can still control this place. I'm gonna see if I can, like, put a rope in it and see what happens.
When you run over to the pit, instead of like a dark, ominous hole, there's a pool of color, like many different colors, kind of rippling.
Oh god.
And this room with the pit in it, like all around it, there's all of these suits of armor with spikes on them, cadaver collectors. They're still there, but they're brighter and more like coppery looking.
Ooh. Well, shit. I want them back, so I'm gonna try to put my hands on the floor by the pit and see if I can summon anything out of it. If nothing happens, that's fine.
You feel like the powers you had as a Dark Lord are gone. You have no connection to this island anymore. This island is now floating in a purple void.
Yeah, well...
But when you put your hand into the pool, it does go through, and on the other side, you feel heat.
Ooh.
Like fire heat, or just like a warmth?
It's much warmer than it is here.
Okay.
As a cool breeze wafts through the temple.
Brave Sweet, should we go in? I want them back.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit too green in here.
Okay, then I guess I'm just gonna... Marcus, we're going in the pit. Be safe.
All right.
And I'm gonna jump in.
All right. So meanwhile, Lilia, when you fell in, so you got
Yeah.
sucked into the pit. You tumbled. And what happened was you fell through gray clouds like smoke, and they were fiery. There's like little bursts of flame that would erupt from them. So you fall through them, and you land with a thud in some dark forest. And you hear tinkling sounds all around you, kind of like dull wind chimes. And it's dark here. You can see, it's just like it's nighttime, and the sky is covered with very dark clouds that kind of burst with flame every once in a while.
So I can't see any stars up there.
No. And you also, those dwarves also got pulled in. So they're all around you looking disoriented and confused as well.
I'll help people up, see if they're okay.
All right. You help them up. They're all okay. Included with them is Grimalk Irongull and his modified armor of invincibility that Seraphine gave him.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna. Is there like any indication of like where I might be, like what kind of plants there are around? Like, do I recognize anything?
You start to look around, and you see the trees. You know how like there's apple trees and stuff like that?
Yeah.
These don't have fruit. They have long black crystals growing from them, dangling from the branches.
Interesting. Okay. I just like. Did we fall from up, like, or it was like a portal kind of thing where we just like a swirling?
You fell down, straight down.
Okay, so is there anything still up there?
Looking up, all you see are those clouds that you fell through.
Okay. God. Okay. Well, I'm gonna look at those crystals. I feel like that's gonna. I want to know where I am and like where I am, and actually, if I can, I'm going to take out my walkie-talkie stone. We need a name for it, guys. And
I thought it was a sending stone.
Sending stone, yes. And I'm gonna call what you call it? Probably Brave Sweet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Probably
So she's gonna be like.
At this point, she's still in the domain of dread, which doesn't get any service. So.
Okay.
As we have mentioned before, the spell service sucks.
Ah, damn it.
Get like a little when you're waiting for the ringtone and it's like, you've reached Rave Suite. Hey, I'm not here. I guess you gotta leave a message or whatever. Please leave a message after the beep. Beep.
Well, if you're like old Brave Suite, maybe you don't know how to work it right. It's you just hear like beep boop bop beep.
Yeah.
Like, what button do I press to save it?
Yeah. Save it. Damn it. Yeah.
Okay.
Lily, as you approach the trees,
yeah.
Hey, you remember it reminds you back when you lived in the gnarly forest.
Mm-hmm.
You remember seeing Gnarl sometimes go up to a sickly tree and put his hand on it, and he would heal it, and it would grow into a taller, more majestic tree. But unfortunately, this tree is much more sickly than any of the ones you've seen, and each crystal, you see like flickers of movement from inside it, like almost like scenes playing out.
I won't like touch it, but I will look into one to see what is depicted in it.
Let's see. You see a halfling holding hands with someone, skipping on a road, and then having a delicious meal. Then suddenly it flashes to like, it looks at his chest and it's like cut open, and he
Why?
What? Okay.
That went like 10 to 100 real fast.
Yeah,
Suddenly,
right?
there's a crackle in the air above, and Winthrop falls from the sky and lands nearby.
Ooh.
Winthrop falls through the branches of a tree, which breaks his fall. He lands right near you, Lilia.
Oh. Oh, hey. Hi, Winthrop. You okay?
Ow.
Oh, what happened?
Hold
you
on,
guys
Lilia.
hear
We can't hear you,
Lilia?
Lilia.
What?
Can't hear you. It cut
A
out.
high-pitched squeal went, and then
Yeah.
Sorry.
It stopped.
Okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
That's
Not
nothing
bad.
on a scale of technical difficulties in Dungeon Academy. That's a 1 out of 10.
it's true.
Don't summon the technical difficulties.
No,
They
it's
can
like,
hear you.
we got one go with technical difficulties, and then after that, then it becomes a problem.
There's a podcast I listen to that they have a technical difficulties witch that casts minor technical difficulty curses. It's wonderful. Well, see, I'm not exactly sure. We were over there, and then we're here. And I'm trying to figure out exactly where here we are so we can go back.
Makes sense.
And I can't reach the others. What happened?
Well, they're still in the place last I saw.
That's... Okay!
Yeah.
I...
I gave the gauntlet to the angel guy and hoped that he would actually do what he said he would. And now I'm here.
Okay. Okay.
But
We need to... Oh gosh. Okay. Oh gosh.
okay.
Uh,
He's like, okay, hugs Lilia because she's freaking out. And also he was freaking out. And now he's better now. And okay, we need figuring out where we are. Okay, does this like familiar at all?
No.
Okay.
so like so the tree looks like it's not feeling great, right? Yeah?
Hmm. And all these weird black crystals are hanging from it.
Yeah. Do I get a sense that if I cast plant growth on it, will it help?
Plant growth?
Mm-hmm.
You could try. Do you want to do that?
Yes.
Okay. So that takes an existing plant and makes it bigger, right?
Yeah, it makes it big and grow strong. I love this spell.
So you cast plant growth, and the tree like starts to surge, and the roots kind of rumble in the ground,
Oh.
and it starts to grow. And off in the distance, you hear kind of a blast of flame, and a jet of smoke shoots up into the sky. And you can see off in the distance that all of the clouds above are all smoke coming from this one source. It's just a column of fiery smoke shooting up into the sky. And it surged a bit. So this tree gets bigger, and a couple of the crystals fall off and hit the ground at your feet.
Mm-hmm.
And then, there's another blast from the sky, and Seraphine and Bracelet fall. They crash through branches of trees and land with a soft thud.
Ow,
The ground. I should note also the ground is covered largely in like ash.
Is it just the two of them, or is it everybody else too?
Oh well, the bunny and Marcus, right?
Yes.
They definitely would have come.
Like, oh my god, you're not in the domain. Seraphine, did he do it? Did he do it?
He did it, but
I hug her.
Hugs.
Yes.
Group hugs.
but I had a
I
second.
tackle her as much as I can tackle her.
I'll hug them both, but I still feel bad. Long story. We'll talk about it later. Right now, we need to focus on this. What is this, and what are we doing?
That's a
Yeah.
good question. I think we need to go over there to that fire because I might have started something that might be bad. I wanted to help the tree.
You don't learn from my mistakes. Don't touch things.
Well, I wanted to save it.
It's
It looks
okay.
sick.
Let's go over there.
That's all I can do. Okay. She just looks so sad.
It's okay.
So you start walking.
Oh, Brave Sweet's like flopped on the ground because she fell from somewhere and she's old.
Oh. I'll haul her up and get her moving.
It's like, ugh.
I'll
I
get
didn't
her
think
up.
this through. Alright,
All right,
let's go.
you start walking in that direction, and after a minute, you come on a path, and it heads left, right, and straight.
Which way is the fire coming from?
Straight.
So we should go.
Go straight.
We go to fire, yeah?
Probably such a bad idea. It's probably a sacrifice or something.
Yes, but we have to stop it. This is a forest. If we, unless it's a natural fire. Although that can't be good either, unless it's like
Fire's good.
you just kind of like start thinking about like
We don't know where we are.
Forest
We're on a
fire
different plane,
dangers.
probably.
That fire seemed to surge when you were magically making another tree grow. Also, all the clouds in this area are smoke,
so that might be
which makes me feel like either this fire is a perpetual power source or
yes.
Something
let's
else.
Let's go check it out. Yes.
So you follow the path, and it gets warmer and warmer, and by the time you get there, you're pretty sweaty. So, oh, thank you, Chris Hansen, very much.
Yay!
I should note also, if you want to give the players a natural 20, you can donate bits. It says 100%. That's because we already hit the goal once. But once it gets to 200, a random character will get a natural 20 that they can use. So
Yay.
there you go.
It's always appreciated and it's always badass.
Yes, it's always terrible. It's always the worst.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What?
So
I don't use my nat 20s for evil.
Shut up.
I use my nat 20s to try to do good, and then it just backfires, so we're good to go.
Yeah.
I use my natural 20s for kisses.
Yes.
I mean, yes, that is what happens.
So you walk for a few minutes, and up ahead there's a clearing, and in it it's basically a piece of armor fit for a giant. And built into it is this skull-shaped furnace, and inside the furnace is a very hot fire, like shooting out sparks, and out of the top of it is where the smoke is coming from. And nearby, you see one of those big walking pieces of armor, or suits of armor, the cadaver collector with the spikes sticking out of his back. And it's kind of walking to trees, pulling a bunch of crystals off of them, walking over to the furnace and throwing them in.
Huh.
It's just doing that over and over again.
Huh.
And Seraphine, you sense powerful evil coming from this thing.
Of course.
Hello.
And also, your armor is kind of feeling tugged towards it. And Lily,
Ooh.
you yell, "Excuse me?"
Yeah. She doesn't feel as evil. She's just like,
So the cadaver collector was like
Elliot.
pluck, 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 and then like you yell, and it drops the crystals, and it
It's
turns,
working.
and it starts to walk towards you with big steps. Ka-chunk,
Julia, it's
ka-chunk,
bad.
ka-chunk,
No,
ka-chunk.
it's bad. I'm gonna put her behind me.
well, I wanted to make it stop. It's
Julia,
clearly doing something to the
That-
forest.
It's evil. It's bad. Just trust me.
Maybe it's like a source for the fire, Lilia. It might just be like apples.
It stops.
No, the trees are sick.
It stops 10 feet
God!
from you, and it like looks down at all of you.
Hello.
What is happening right now?
God, it's so much fun.
Can you please stop? You're hurting the trees.
And then, from its like head helmet, it spews gas in a 15-foot cone.
Oh,
Everybody make a Constitution saving throw.
Of course, Julia.
Cool. Mhm. Sweet.
Sounds about right.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Oh, so Lilia, what'd you get?
11.
Ah, what about Seraphine?
15.
Wait, is it magic? Never mind. Never mind.
no.
Don't worry about it.
Winthrop
16.
made it. Brave Sweet.
17.
Jeez. All right, so Lilia, you are
Oh yeah.
You scared of it.
you're immobilized, so you just can't move.
Oh shit.
So it blasts this like green mist smoke at you, and it waves over you, and then Lilia is frozen. You know, she can't move. She can still take actions. She just can't move. And now it's starting to walk towards Lilia. What do you do?
So she has a 0 speed, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
0 speed.
Cool.
Then I'm gonna pick her up and start backing away.
All right.
She's little.
You pick her up. You start backing away. It
Yeah.
turns and starts walking towards you, Seraphine. Ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk.
I'm not doing this again.
Hold up.
I'm backing up even more.
Hold up.
Also, I should note the dwarfs did not come with you.
Yeah.
I need to find out. I'm reading up on this because this is gonna be great if it succeeds. Hold up.
Okay.
That's always great.
Stop it.
Meanwhile, Brave Sweet tries to
Okay.
step in between a lot of them and be in front of them, but still walking back with them.
I point at the thing. It's like, no, you stop. Be small. You're a snail now. And I cast polymorph.
Yay!
Okay. So I
Nice.
save against that?
Yes.
What's the save? Like what's
Wisdom, I believe.
14.
I need to remember what my.
Whoa! Oh man! Thank you, Lord Arctic Frost. Dang!
Oh, thank you.
You just got.
Oh!
You
Whoa.
just got. Jeez. All right.
Whoa, thank
An
you!
intangible frosty spirit appears nearby. Let me roll to see which character gets the natural 20. Thanks, Frost. Boom. It is Lilia. Lilia gets the natural
Yay!
20.
Thank
Sounds
God
like
you're gonna need it.
Thank you!
To be
Yeah,
honest.
Thanks
You
for paying
did
for our tuition.
Winthrop, what was the DC? I rolled a 14.
16.
Oh, okay. So you polymorph it into what?
I said a snail, so we're going with that.
All right, so it
Snail now.
turns into a little snail.
And I'm just gonna walk over and pick it up. It's like, no.
Okay,
Doesn't
well,
that thing where it's like
I think we made a mistake.
When you touch it, it's like, ooh, you know.
I feel really bad energy here, so I think we should get away from this. Yeah, good boy doesn't like it either.
Oh, and your blink dog is with you too, probably, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We brought him and Marcus and Back.
The blink dog now.
Oh, thanks,
Ooh,
Scotty.
Thanks, Scotty. Jeez.
oh my god!
We're super close to another
Oh my god!
another natural 20. Jeez. Thank you very much, Scotty.
200 more.
More tuition.
Yeah. Okay, so Seraphine, you notice that the blink dog no longer shies away from you, and
Oh, that's
wags his
good.
tail and sticks
Yay.
close to you and Lilia.
So many things ended up redeeming right there.
Yeah. Pick up. Keep by Lilia. Keep by her. Stop it.
So you turned into a snail. What else would you like to do?
I'm holding it now, so it's like this, so it doesn't get hurt, so that it doesn't turn back into a thing.
Okay.
Like, okay, thing was threatening. What do we do now?
Run.
Should we get closer?
Can I talk?
Should we check it out?
Can I talk? Is that a thing I can do?
Yeah.
You
Why?
can talk.
What's up?
No, I'm just wondering.
Oh, your immobilization ends and you can talk. Yeah.
Oh, okay. She just looks really sad.
Oh,
All I want to do is help, and it keeps backfiring.
this
Oh.
place does not look good. We need to go.
I think most things just, especially if this is powering most of the area, most things will probably be trying to help it in some way. That's what it seems like, at least, Lilia.
It's hurting the trees. Can
Yes.
you not see them?
Yes.
Yeah, but we're going to get hurt trying to
If you-
protect the trees.
Simply asking someone to stop hurting the trees when they're actively hurting the trees probably won't convince them to stop hurting the trees.
Well, at least it made it stop.
I guess.
Lilia,
Another thing, trees don't have souls, but we do.
and you're very tiny and they're very big.
Enough.
You have
Isn't it
battles to
anything?
pick.
It doesn't. It's mostly.
We worry about the trees. How about the rod of 7 parts? How about those people who will be affected by it?
Yeah.
Speaking
we have
of,
to get out of here.
does that thing point anywhere here?
I want to try it. Well, I would
have
like.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cast your magic and see if we can find some. This is another realm, so might as well check.
I mean,
I mean, if we want to leave, we can always just ask Marcus to take us. But I think that we should stop whatever is happening here. I mean, that's what we're doing is, right? To help people. Well, right?
yes.
There's only so much we can do.
But we're here, so why not?
We don't know if time passes differently here. We don't know if we're destroying our only way out. If we stop having the trees be hurt, the realm might collapse on us. We don't know.
Can I roll like an
Probably know
Arcana
it's the
check or
illusion.
like a nature check to see like what this like how this realm works?
Yeah, make an Arcana.
What would that be?
Arcana.
Just make an Arcana check, skill check.
Oh. I am scared.
I know. Oh god. No.
She's talking completely out of her butt. She has no idea.
Yeah, you're not sure.
I'm making a lot of assumptions too. May I roll it just because?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Well, you know what, Lilia? You would know one thing.
Oh.
Well, wait, you wouldn't know that because you weren't there. Never mind. So go ahead, Winthrop.
Cool. Okay, so it's Arcana.
Yeah.
Oh, my Arcana's not bad. Okay. 23.
So Winthrop,
Jeez.
you would know a couple things. One, those crystals that are growing from the trees, in the Shadowfell where you come from, there's giants called death giants. And whenever they kill somebody, their soul becomes one of these crystals. And the crystals kind of rotate around the death giant. Usually a death giant will have like 2 to 8 of them flowing around them. And they can break those crystals to heal themselves or to use different magic powers. So you're seeing them grow on trees in this vast forest. More crystals than you've ever seen before. And also, please make a charisma save.
Oh fuck.
As you realize that in the plains, the most important currency is souls, usually in the form of soul larvae, but these crystals also count because they each contain a soul. So, what'd you get on your charisma save?
19.
Oh, okay. So your demon blood kind of roils as you are overcome with like supernatural greed, and you realize that you could just take these soul gems, as many as you can snatch and carry, and you'd be rich in the plains.
And they say money doesn't grow on trees.
If you go to places like if you went to the Nine Hells, or you went to the Abyss, or the Grey Wastes of Hades, I mean,
Foreshadowing?
you could get all sorts of good stuff in exchange for these. But you made your save, so you don't have to take them. You still can if you want, but you don't have to.
I mean, you can.
I feel like I've heard of souls growing on trees before. Somewhere. And I don't know if it's Rena thinking this or Winthrop thinking this right now.
I don't think Brave Sweet would know any of this stuff. Does any of you tell her that these souls could be worth something?
Yeah, do you share what you know?
Yeah, I would go like, Oh no.
Lilia, the pleasant little gnome who's got demon blood coursing through her veins, is suddenly overcome with supernatural greed. Lilia, please make a charisma saving throw.
I have advantage on this, so.
The way I'm going, it's like, oh no.
Charisma?
They were throwing souls
Yeah.
into that furnace.
25.
Jesus Christ.
So
The most
You-
charismatic
you-
tiny gnome ever.
Yeah.
you also realize you could be rich, but you don't have to take them. You still could if you wanted to, but you don't have to.
So, like, okay, so they're supposed to be on these trees, right?
Yeah.
That's
But
what I got.
Seraphine-
'Cause
Oh, I'm sorry.
my connection keeps getting in and out, so I didn't hear all the explanation. But
Yeah, they're basically harvesting them.
Yeah,
Oh.
and throwing the souls into a furnace, and Winthrop will convey that, like, yeah, that's not good. There's these things that
Just
use
like-
there's these things that use these soul crystals to power their magic, which is already not a good, but something is using these souls
souls
to
worth
power something incredibly evil.
Are these souls worth some money? And if we take them, then out of
Bree-
their system, will it
Bree-
shut it down?
I'm not gonna take
Brave,
people's souls.
sweet,
What the-
brave, sweet, brave, sweet. You want to know where they're worth money. And it's not money, it's currency of soul. They're worth that pretty much only in the Nine Hells.
Oh. Well, I really hope we never have to go there.
Yeah.
You don't want to go there.
You're pretty sure also, Winthrop, that they would some places in Sigil, the city's doors, would take it as well, accept that as currency.
I'm just gonna keep that in mind. I'm like,
You
yeah,
don't
that
tell
works.
Brave.
But
You-
not Brave Sweet, no.
Sweet.
Not telling Brave Sweet that.
Just goes, oh, these souls are garbage. Then.
Yeah,
They're not
then,
garbage. They're people's
Let's
souls.
actually say that.
but they're already dead,
Are they? Is that what it is?
technically.
They're
What-
dead, and now their souls are on these trees.
So it's like the abyss in a way.
Oh.
Abyss trees, not as pretty.
I feel.
to save anymore, huh?
Oh, I can't.
Sorry.
I made abyss trees before, and we.
Well,
Okay, I lift up the snail. The problem is this thing was putting it in that furnace. The
Yes.
souls were
So we have
powering
to stop
something
that
bad.
thing.
so are we supposed to put the fire out? Like, what do we do about that?
Well, if it's consuming souls, I think it's more than just putting it out. It's like some sort of magical fire.
Okay, so put
Can
out
I
the
go-
fire, collapse the realm. Cool. Great.
Well, I
Very
can
cool.
dispel it.
There we go.
You can try.
If it's magical, then yeah.
Yeah. Or
Go
I
ahead.
can put it out because I have power over water too.
Try it.
Or maybe we can redirect it on itself. Never mind.
I'm a little
mean-
bit lost here,
You
Brave
want to
Sweet.
fight fire with fire? Is that what you're
Do
saying?
not fight fire.
Oh,
Well, I was
Whoa.
thinking, like, for some reason, if this was magical fire, you could like put like a mirror, and then like mirror it so it bounces off the mirror and onto itself. And I don't
That's
know.
some Legend of Zelda shit over there.
Yeah.
Although
It's
I
like,
would need
How
to
does fire work? Huh.
I would need to take a quick sit to do dispel magic.
you need to what? Take a what?
I need to take a short rest.
Oh,
I can't do. I don't have enough spells.
so you're all gonna camp out here by this furnace of evil
God.
and rest
Yeah, but
for
I'll,
now?
I'll hide them behind like a tree. I really get
Okay,
bad juju
One
vibes.
one problem with that,
Is that it's gonna come back in an
the
hour.
polymorph only lasts an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a snail. What do I do with it before we
We throw it, or not throw it, we have Good Boy take it far, far away, and then blink back.
Right,
That's a
but
good idea.
I can handle it once it comes back, but We just need to get rid of it for
You
now.
know, that's a great idea, except that I don't trust Good Boy to not eat it.
I mean, I can just ask him not to eat it. He's a good boy.
He is
Can
a
you,
good boy. And I don't want to endanger the good boy.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I don't want to endanger the dog, but can we just, like, attach it to his collar or something, or...
This is a bad idea.
We just have a snail, and we're like, what do we do?
Yeah.
So you
and just,
attach the
like,
snail to your Blink Dog's collar?
yeah, just, like, wrap it around with string,
Mm.
like, make him run and blink as far away as he possibly can, and then just, like, shake really hard until it goes off, and then just run.
Listen,
I don't know if you can.
Is there like a large trench nearby where we can get?
Or we could throw it into the fire and see what happens.
That
It
did
will
cross my
turn
mind.
it back. It will turn it back.
It will turn it back, and I don't know if it has fire, like, resistance stuff, and I'm scared of
Yeah.
it.
Okay,
I mean-
well...
Hold on. I don't. Why are we like so conflicted about this? I think that we can handle this. We are very strong.
We
Yeah.
are, but we almost... If we die in this plane, I don't know if we'll be here. We might end up being picked and put in the fire, or become a crystal in millions of crystals.
Uh-huh.
When you say very strong, Brave Sweet looks at her like gangly, frail arms because she's 70.
And not to toot my own horn, but I'm carrying 2 souls right now, and I don't want to risk the other one.
Yeah.
Long story, Lilia. I'll explain later.
Winthrop's also confused. Just like, how?
Explain later. We don't have time.
Okay.
We only have an hour.
I really need to sit down and I need to talk to you because this seems like we've been like harboring some stuff and
I've been through a lot of
Well
shit,
done.
okay?
well, it just looks so.
Let's take care of this. So what's our plan of action?
Good question.
Well,
We need to get rid of the snail.
Before it attacks us again,
yeah.
after an hour of rest.
I can
We would be able to better handle it after an hour of rest, which
Yeah.
is true.
I
But
can take it, run it. Well, actually, hang on. DM question.
Yeah.
Does my armor still feel invincible, or does it feel like
Mhm.
it's just armor? Okay.
Yes.
oh,
But also, that's right. Your armor feels almost magnetically attracted to the furnace.
I mean, I could run 30 minutes away and deposit it somewhere and, like, run 30 minutes back, because I'm
Marcus
good. I
Nerl
don't
says
need to rest.
the Vistani. Well, I could take Doug. We walk half hour, put Snail down on the ground. Come back.
You can do that, and I can fight it while Lilia does her thing. I mean, I was just a god, pretty much, so I can kind of take care of this.
And the bunny says to the people who can speak to animals, I could go too and help in my own way.
I'm the
I
only one
love this bunny.
I like.
Wait, what was the bunny's name? Because she had a name, right?
I forgot.
yeah. You didn't name it. It had a name.
Yeah, it had a name.
Yeah.
It was like Chungus or something like that.
That's right. It was Chungus.
That is a good name.
I love Chungus. I love all our pets. They're all beautiful and wonderful, and thank you.
That
for-
rabbit's gonna die somehow.
Is this Chungus's goodbye though? Like she's going off for a walk and.
It's just a suggestion.
Why do you try to kill this bunny?
I just
Yeah.
want to be helpful.
Kill! I didn't say kill.
No, we can let them go walk it off. I mean, I don't need a rest, so I can join them if need be and fight it off because I'm pretty badass. But until then,
Basically, I just don't want to leave anyone alone.
Yeah, no, we don't. No.
so do we just wait here while Lilia rests and then I'll fight the
At the end of the rest, I just toss it in the furnace.
Yeah, and then we fight it from there.
Oh,
Good
cool.
boy Marcus and Chungus can go and deliver the snail.
We might lose Marcus, and he's our only way back, probably.
He says, well, you see, from what I could tell, your domain of dread is no longer in Shadowfell. Now it is in Astral Plane. So, if we can get back there from here, this place, I'm not sure what it is. It does not feel like Shadowfell. It does not feel like anything. It feels more like some kind of pocket dimension or demi-plane.
Huh.
There are
So
no
we can get
mists
out.
here, so it cannot
I need
be
to try
Shadowfell.
something when I get my spell slots back.
Okay, then we rest and then throw it in the fire and I fight it in.
So you're not going to do anything snail related during the rest.
Doesn't look like it.
So
Nah.
They're just staring
As-
at it like,
as time goes on, the snail gets more and more ominous looking, and it gets
Yeah,
like
I'll just
angry
be-
eyebrows,
I'll
you
just
know.
We're all just
staring
sitting in a
down.
circle, like,
I can't tell if I'm hallucinating, guys.
I'm literally just like sword at the ready, like about to stab the snail if it moves.
maybe,
Oh my God.
maybe Bracy can like set up a trap for it. Like,
I was thinking of using like I have 2 more beads left. I could like
Oh,
toss
God.
one of the
I forgot about that.
that's right.
I don't think we need the bead just yet. We might
Alright,
actually
alright.
get out of sticky, like a lich.
I don't trust the furnace, but at the same time, I don't trust this either because it was feeding the furnace. So I guess here we go.
You know that the spell is going to end right before your short rest ends, right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, do you have a plan here? I mean, what do you want to do?
Yeah, essentially what happens is I'm gonna have Lilia like hiding behind some trees so she's hidden.
Uh-huh.
And then like I'm ready to just throw down with this thing as soon as it transforms back. Or like once we see the snail start to like transform, we're gonna chuck it in the fire and then try to battle it.
Yep.
So you're gonna wait. You're gonna wait for it to transform, and then you're gonna fight it.
Yeah.
No. Right before I know it's going to go, like the hour's up, I'm going to toss it in the furnace so it catches
Okay.
fire, takes the damage.
So you're all resting, and it's getting right near the end of the short rest, and you see the snail begin to tremble, and like little spikes start to pop out of its shell, like one by one.
We're at 59.3, 2, 1, yeet!
Eat the snail into the fire.
All right, and you throw the snail into the fire.
Yeah.
And when you throw it into the fire, this fire is like super hot. It seems like the snail completely just vaporizes.
Well,
Oh boy!
And there's like a jet of flame comes out of the top and a huge plume of smoke kind of.
well,
I hope I didn't do a horde.
rip.
And Lily, you've completed your short rest.
Yay!
Hey, Lilia, do it.
During
How
the
much-
rest, also Seraphine, now that you don't have demon blood in you anymore,
Oh shit, I got
you
to
look
do
at
that.
Winthrop and Lilia, and like they're all twitchy, and just they have a sinister look about them, and it's very obvious to you now that the demon blood is turning them very slowly.
And I'm like, oh, you see it too, right?
Damn.
Like
So,
they
are
never
you
like
saying-
turn around just like pleasantly. It's always like a vicious
Yeah.
turn with their hair
Oh.
swinging, like ready, like maybe they'll stab you. Like they don't just pick something up; they snatch it, you know.
It has like the sound every time.
And when they're lost in thought, they like have a dagger and they're like
Yeah.
sharpening it.
Doing it slowly.
always
Lena
squinting
actually
and
looks really
grimacing.
pissed off at like everything that's happening today. She's just like
So-
not having a good time.
So I'd say maybe Seraphine and Bravesweet would probably notice there's a weird face of sick pleasure when Winthrop throws the snail in the fire.
Probably.
Yeah,
So-
but Brave Sweet's like so used to like you guys having this weird like tick and kinks about you, about all this demon stuff, and we're just like, whatever. She's like, whatever now.
All right, so the rest is over, and what would you like to do now?
I'd like to pull a card.
Oh,
But
from the deck.
Before you do that, the first thing I say, that dealt a lot more damage, fire damage than I was expecting it to.
I pull a card for
See, if we could
Winthrop.
have fought that thing, it would have been fine.
Uh-huh.
I could have killed it.
So,
I pull a card for Winthrop because
Oh,
she's like,
so
he's
Bravesweet,
like-
you pull out your Taroka deck, which is in a special
yeah,
box
and I'm like,
that's engraved with your image on it.
It's fancy.
And pull a card.
Fancy.
All right, so let's see.
Like,
You got Ghost.
I'm okay.
uh-oh.
I'm here for that, but at the same time, no, thank you.
All right, I gotta Google it.
All right.
Flourish to rope.
Are we just sitting here in like for an hour? We just sat there in silence and stared at the snail.
Yeah.
Like that's what I was doing, just like making sure I didn't drop my concentration.
Let's see, the Ghost. The tormented souls of the dead take pleasure in the failures of the living. Oh, so any creature that misses an attack on Winthrop takes D6 psychic damage.
Ooh.
That's cool.
Till your next long rest.
Ooh.
What does he get?
I love that.
That's
Great.
cool.
You're welcome.
So, yeah, so you took your rest, you threw the snail, you're
Yeah.
accompanied by the blink dog, and the bunny, and Marcus, and there's an evil furnace.
That I
and,
fed. Oh,
you
no.
were talking about trying to put out the fire.
Yeah.
I love this visual. I
would like to try to dispel magic on it.
So you stand up and you cast Dispel Magic,
Yes.
and nothing happens. What you sense is that this fire can be put out, but it's probably a very complicated magical process. It probably needs special things, almost like a ritual.
Okay.
Ooh.
She just kind of goes like, nothing I do works.
You tried.
It's okay. You tried. It's okay.
Okay, then can you do water on it? Or, well, it's
I mean,
complicated.
I can
You probably
try, but I think you need some sort of magical ritual to
Shit.
get rid of it.
Okay, then.
What if
we
it's a
can't
grease
get-
fire? That wouldn't be good.
It's a
Yeah.
magical fire, so I don't know about grease, but
Probably need to get out of here then.
Marcus says,
What?
there was other ways to go on Pith. Maybe they
It's
have
true.
clues for us.
It's true.
Sure.
thanks,
Let's
Marcus.
And the
take Marcus, you're so smart. Let's go take the other path.
Chungus the bunny says, putting out the fire sounds like a good idea. Don't get down on yourself, friends.
Aw, I love
I
And then she does like a bunny, like, heh, 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 and she's got her little
Oh my
tail
god.
and a
I love
nose.
her.
Aw.
I love her.
She's good. She's a good.
We saved her from Barovia. She's a good bun.
She's a good bun.
Good bun.
So where would you like to go now? Or what would you like to do?
I guess we go down the path, see what.
Yeah.
You walk
There's
back
a-
down the path. You hear the tinkling of the crystals in the trees. And you
Right.
come to a T intersection. So you could go left or right.
Where are we going?
Good adventurers go left. I go left.
But we came from the other direction. That makes it right.
No, you came from off the road completely. So
Oh, wow.
you have
Oh.
not. You haven't.
My other left?
Yeah. I have no idea which.
Then left toward from us.
I like come back and then go the other way.
It's like, but if we
This
stand
left.
in a square, all of them are left. And I do not. Okay. I'm thinking too much into this.
Okay, I'm
Gonna
really.
draw a map. Like,
Stop being indecisive.
let's go.
So wait, are you
Left.
going? So are you
Left.
going left or right?
Left.
Okay, good.
Left. Whatever left is.
Yep.
Okay, all right. So you walk for a few minutes, and up
Sorry.
ahead through the trees, you
No
see like
worries.
an ominous red glow.
Ooh.
Whoa.
And Winthrop and Lilia, you feel drawn to this red glow. You almost hear whispers from it.
Fun.
But we hear nothing, right? The normal people
No,
hear nothing.
you just hear tinkling noises.
Aw.
And that's all.
I'm like, okay.
So you there's a glow up ahead. What would you like to do?
I guess if I'm drawn to it, there's like a quicken in my step, just moving slightly faster.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow.
As you get closer, you come
Slower
to
because I'm
up
small.
ahead. You see another clearing, and in the ground is this big magic circle glowing with red light, and around it are all these arcane sigils. And
Ooh.
in front of it, there's like a little podium with a ancient book open on it.
Hmm.
We don't do good with books.
Guys, we shouldn't touch something we don't know.
And-
It's like.
Seraphine, you
What?
sense evil coming from it, and Winthrop and Lilia, you sense opportunity.
Of course.
Guys,
Yeah.
don't touch.
Of course we do.
That thing's
Guys.
evil.
It might have the answer. Guys, we have to look at it.
Slow down, slow down. We don't want to touch it
Very-
yet.
Be very
Just
careful.
yet.
I sense a lot of bad stuff.
Wait, do I have a spell?
Yeah, I'm wondering if I have a spell for this.
Oh, I don't have one prepared. Darn it.
What are you trying to prepare?
I was like seeing if we had like detect magic available, but
I have detect magic. I can just do that. Share detect magic.
You cast detect magic.
Yeah.
So you detect powerful conjuring magic coming from this whole area,
conjuration.
like summoning and stuff like that.
Hmm.
You're pretty sure that this is a summoning circle.
Oh.
Fun.
Hmm.
We don't know what might come out of there. I don't know if we should touch it.
Oh.
Can I?
Well, can I read it without touching it?
Sure. You go up to the podium. It's a little tall, so you're gonna have to like get it something to stand
So
on.
you like steps
I can help you if you want.
All right.
Just like hold up, just whoop.
So
There you go.
the pages that are open, you can kind of glean that it gives instructions on how to summon different types of creatures,
Oh.
Funky.
and it mentions there is a mention of summoning Yog the Invincible, the vestige that powered Seraphine.
Oh, fuck.
And she
Oh.
just reads this and she's just like, well, it seems to be like a directory for demons. So if anybody needs
The
do
demon
that,
director.
which I do not recommend.
Should we take the book?
No.
I kind of want to take the book.
She just looks at you and she just
Oh,
goes,
Lilia,
no.
Lilia, make a charisma saving throw. Oh, and Winthrop too, because you're right there. Both of you make charisma saves.
Take the book. Take the book. Take
Oh,
the book.
double 19s
I
on
feel like
the
if you
die.
get
That's
was
like a billion trillion because she has amazing charisma.
Stop rolling high.
Yeah, but
Well, the thing
Oh,
is,
yo, I got a 19 too.
Stop it!
guys.
The
I
DC
have
is going
charisma,
up on this,
and
okay?
I also have advantages on magical saving throws that involve charisma.
I mean,
So, like, I am the worst person to have demon blood in them because I am too good to be.
Oh.
I
So,
mean, I did roll a 4 on my D12.
I will say that you feel a very strong compulsion to read the rest of this book and to use it, but you're
Sounds
able to fight off that urge. But you still would really like to do it.
Well, yeah, like,
Here's what runs through your head.
Yeah.
It's possible that this lets you summon other creatures that are bound to you as sidekicks, and your demon blood is like, that sounds really cool.
I
You
can
know?
summon
I
Yog
could
and
do
make him
that.
my little.
No, you can't.
Maybe.
You think
I
about the
see
fact
her
that you
too,
can
so I
summon.
can hurt him now. I can literally make him my slave.
I think based off of what the book says of what I can read, and that's very little, is familiars like imps or whatever they are called that are not imps but demons.
Like you're imagining like more bunnies and stuff and cute
Yeah.
like animal familiars.
You haven't flipped through the rest of the book, but you imagine that it probably lists those creatures and their names and everything. But you don't know because you haven't flipped through it. You've only seen
Yeah.
the pages that are open.
Karina knows what the demon one is. But
Maybe
Winthrop
there's
doesn't.
some
That's
written
the-
down on my thing
I'm
here.
gonna
Say
kind of.
name.
Well, okay, I will say Lilia is very intrigued by the notion of summoning new friends, but like,
I'll kind of like.
Wow.
nudge
she's
Lily
like, oh, we can get help. We can like have like this is a good idea.
So Well, we should take the book because when we fight the Queen of Chaos, we might need a lot of help.
Yes.
That's what I'm hearing.
Well, I
The
don't
Queen
want
of Chaos is a demon too, though.
But I don't want to use anybody that's not willing to do it.
You know what?
Consent in
love
battle
that
is
better.
very important.
I mean, what if we leave this book here and then the Queen of Chaos finds it?
Yeah, good point. Very good point. I think.
Well, I'll take the book. I'm always.
If anything, we just keep the book in safekeeping.
Yeah, let's take the book.
Honestly,
Take it.
this circle here had to be drawn somehow. Maybe the instructions is in the book too. So
Can we take the crystals? I want to.
Lilia's just like halfway.
we're not taking the
grabbing
crystals.
book,
Those
like,
have souls in them.
Shit! I don't want the crystals. I want the summoning circle. I want to figure out how to do this. I want to learn.
Are the crystals shiny?
Probably.
Yes, they're black, but they're very shiny.
I want to sleight of hand one, but I don't want the rest of my party to know that I stole maybe one or two.
Make a sleight of hand.
Oh. I was rolling.
Do a perception check.
Yeah, I'm doing a perception.
Well, it would be against your passive perception.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
So 10 plus your bonus, basically.
I'd like to see you try, Brave Sweet.
Sleight of hand +3, so that was a 14, so that's a plus 17. No, that's
Okay.
17, sorry.
And what is passive perception exactly? It's 10
10
plus your...
plus your bonus, your perception.
It should say on your sheet.
Yeah.
Passive
So-
wisdom
You're
perception.
My-
going to D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
It's right underneath your saving throws. It's
Oh,
just a-
my passive wisdom, my passive perception is 18.
Ah, damn
All right.
it.
So, Brave Sweet, you yoink. Well, how many? 1? 2?
How many can I carry?
Oh,
Oh,
my
you-
god!
A lot. But I mean,
All
if you
right.
take more than 1 or 2, it's going to be another, because they might notice that.
Yeah, so I might take 2.
Okay, so Winthrop, you do see Brave Sweet, but suddenly your demon blood is like, oh, good, she's stealing them. So make a charisma saving throw to see if you can.
God.
Dirty 20.
Ah, come on!
These
I hate you
dice.
so much.
You know what? All right, so Winthrop,
I rolled it in a different way that time.
your
and it was
conscience
still
once
helping.
again defeats your demon blood. And what do you do?
I think I failed
Like-
once. Out of all the times that I rolled
Okay,
the demon blood thing, I failed once.
I failed a couple
Alright.
times. I still have the scroll and potion. I don't know what they do.
Hey, maybe we need a vacation, guys. This is ridiculous.
I love how the one person who doesn't have demon blood is the willing one who wants to steal this stuff.
Yeah, and Brave Sweet turns like, those are souls, Brave Sweet. They're not for sale.
Chungus pipes up and says, how would you like it if someone stole your soul?
Yeah,
Listen to Chungus. She knows what's up.
Going
stole
off
your
of
soul and decided to use it to earn a whole bunch of power without
Just
your
like-
consent.
There's like granny sweat pouring down from her
Or
forehead.
even better, not your soul, but someone you care about.
Marcus Nell says, but the souls are trapped in there, so maybe it is good to take them away from this place. Maybe you could get them out and put them somewhere.
I would agree, Marcus. But have you seen how many trees there are?
Yeah, there's like a lot. There's at least 12.
Well, you're not wrong.
That's not wrong.
Now I like to think that Marcus can only count to 12.
There's at least 12 5 times.
Oh, I love Marcus so much.
There's 12 12s, guys. I don't know how to feel.
So, Brave Sweet, you took 2. Winthrop is admonishing you. What do you do?
Yeah.
I like,
Thing
I
that
like,
Winthrop's not here about. It's souls.
they were just shiny, and I just thought they looked pretty neat. But you're right. And then she
Like-
puts them back.
If
Now,
look
you've already-
into
you
them,
pulled
you'll
them off the
probably
tree.
see how they died.
So there's no way to rehang them.
Oh,
Oh,
so
shit.
she
Well, got that.
she does the thing where she licks it, and then she tries to tack it back on.
I thought it would be like you place it in between the branches,
what the
like,
heck?
like in a bird's nest kind of
she's,
thing.
doing, she's doing the thing where she's like, you know.
I declare that works and it sticks.
Yeah!
Winthrop just does that one thing where, like, I'm pretty sure spit isn't a.
And I'm like,
It's Dragonborn spit. It's different.
Well,
Apparently.
Brave Sweet breathes like lightning, so there's
Yeah.
like a crackle of like
it
electricity.
like almost welds it together.
Static
Oh.
electricity. Zoop, and it sticks.
I will take the book.
You take the book. Okay.
That I'm
No,
okay with.
taking that book.
All right.
Rita's not okay with it, but Winthrop's okay with it.
As you
Okay.
take it, the pages like flip by as you're slowly closing it. I'm pretty sure you saw at least one true name in there, and the true name is what you need to control a demon or a devil. And you shut it.
Save it! Save it!
We
Save
should find the Queen of Chaos's name.
Oh, jeez.
We
Where
don't,
is she?
we don't know. I'm gonna look at this when we're not here.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
Lilia loves books, so she's just like, this was probably good. Like, I don't know if this is gonna end badly, but Lilia thinks it's neat.
Same.
New friends, so.
You also know, Lilia, that this glowing circle on the ground is not easy to make. So
Okay.
if that's
Can I-
part of summoning, taking this book somewhere else and you don't have access to the summoning circle, you might not be able to use it.
Ooh.
Just saying.
Can we?
I'm not gonna tell them that.
Can I study how the circle looks and see if I like what possibly I can do to replicate it?
Oh, so you want to like look at it and sketch it?
Yeah,
Okay, you do that. Yeah. Sure.
yeah. I want to see so that way I can find someone because we gave a summoning stone to that really powerful wizard, so we can ask.
Okay.
The one in Ebron.
Yep.
The
So
dragon.
we can
So-
ask later, but should we find? We still have to figure out how we're gonna kill that fire. So if we're not summoning help, which we can do, we can summon something and ask for help. But then we have to take the other path.
Push comes to shove.
While we're walking, I'll like flip through it to see if there's like something that might be able to help and is not too dangerous.
Oh,
so
you're
not,
gonna
like,
look through
boss or whatever.
I am
Yes.
so scared. Oh my goodness.
Bring it on! Bring it on!
Even though Dylan wants me to very badly.
Okay,
Of
so
course.
looking through it, let's see. All right, so you can use the book to summon certain creatures. It actually has the true names of 3 fiendish creatures. You could summon a Vrock, which is a demon that's kind of like a buzzard demon.
Ooh.
You could summon a succubus, or you
Hey.
could summon a cambion. So it has their true names, which is like this secret, unpronounceable thing that you would have to say as part of the summoning. It also has their real names. The succubus's name is Katsuna, and it has a drawing of a lovely lady with bat wings, and she's got cat ears up sticking out of her head. The Vrock's
Lilia
name,
blushes and turns the page very quickly.
the Vrock's name is Sweep Reaper, and he's got like a big
Ooh.
hooked spear. And then there's a demon dude who's like tall. He's got a tattered cape, and his name is Feyd, Fade.
Why are like all the monsters you make hot?
Because he wants us.
Stop it!
Fucking
Is
Seven.
Rian
I have
Rock
to
is-
ponder that. I don't know. I have to... Note to self.
Make less hot monsters.
No, keep making them hot.
Keep making them hot. It makes us want to like do more things.
like I know that 2 of them are hot, yes, but of rock.
That's just like a big like dinosaur looking dude.
No.
It
Um,
can be hot if you're into that.
So
Come here in
flipping through the book, and reading through the book, you also see most of this book is about bringing Yagg the Invincible. It doesn't tell his whole story, but it does say that he's a vestige, which is some powerful entity that now is just a wisp of energy. There's just a fraction of him left, right? And this book is about trying to put him back together, and what
Oh.
you would have to do that.
Mm.
And so basically, you would need to have that wisp of him that was contained in the amber, and
Oh, okay.
feed a bunch of souls into the furnace, and then you should be able to summon him and put him back together as he was, at least in some form. He might not be as powerful, but he would
Oh.
be mortal again and could resume his activities.
Ooh.
So you know that cadaver collector, that suit of armor throwing the shards into the furnace was part of the process. If enough shards are thrown in, and then you have the wisp contained in amber, you bring it to the circle, you could enact the ritual and bring him back. Also in the book, Lilia, you realize you could summon other creatures besides the ones with the true names if you have the right materials. How do I put this?
Gee, Lilia's just become a Pokemon trainer, so I'm.
How do I? So if there's any entities that you're close with, it's possible that you could summon them in this circle and it might work.
Cool.
So
I'll just say
like
that.
so less
Like
Pokemon
entities,
trainer
what do
and
you
more
mean,
one of
like-
those Final Fantasy summoner people.
Wait. Is it like entities like people or entities like power?
Maybe power.
Okay. So like I can't summon friends.
That'd be funny.
Not unless you knew their true name, and most people don't even know their true name.
Hmm.
No,
Most
I don't
demons and
agree.
devils know their true names and hide them. But other than that, and I think also Yugoloths. But other than that, it would be very hard, but possible. You know.
Okay. I'm just wondering.
Especially, you're a warlock. That's what. Yeah, you're a warlock, so this is your thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, entirely possible.
Cool. Okay.
Wait. Friendly terms powers? Like when Friendo
Well,
who's
Gnarl is
currently
sick.
sleeping, but he
Yeah.
is sick. So
Gnarl.
that is that. But
Yeah,
if
when you
That's
think of
why
Gnarl-
I was thinking that.
I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure that you could summon Gnarl with this thing. Yeah.
But he's like out of commission at the moment, so.
Well,
Currently,
you used
he's on-
the Rod of Law, which I think helped him quite a bit. So.
like he's currently recuperating in a little cocoon.
I
He's
would.
still alive.
Sean, Dylan wants to know Yami's true name.
I'll have to read up.
I mean, Winthrop thinks
Oh, I
his
see.
true name, but it's really just his elvish name. So there's that.
Mm. I think that like she will relay this information, and we'll make it very clear that we should not summon Yog.
Cool.
But
I'm here for that.
we'll talk about it.
We
Seraphine?
will talk to him.
Seraphine, we just
Yeah.
got you out of the whole situation with Yog. We're not summoning Yog.
But I have his cool armor, and if he has other invincible stuff, I can kill him and take it.
What's the point of us trying to defeat the Queen of Chaos if you're just gonna align yourself with something even worse?
I'm not aligning myself. I'm just killing it and taking its stuff.
I'm sorry,
That's
Seraphine.
Huh?
Tell me if I'm wrong, but what's the definition of invincible?
Invincible. But I have his armor, so.
Yeah, but you said that if you defeat him,
But we'd summon him, so like.
but
it's
you
my
said
turn.
There's
But-
no, it doesn't say Yog's true name in there, right?
Does it say Yog's true name in there? Yeah, basically, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
pronounce
So
it though.
yeah. So
I mean, I can read it, so. Mhm.
I mean,
I don't think we should do it. There's
food for thought.
power like that is dangerous, and you're way stronger without it.
Whatever.
Be your own power,
I don't have as much power.
coming from the warlock.
Yeah. Yeah. You're one to talk, Missy. Okay, fine. Let's finish our quest right now. Get back.
So
Yes.
one path led to the furnace, one path led to the circle. There was one path you haven't taken yet.
Yeah,
Last path. Let's go.
gotta
So
find clues.
you follow
Yeah.
it for a little bit,
Mhm.
and up on a hill, you see this big block of amber. And it looks like a female giant is trapped inside of it, except her head is outside. So her whole body is trapped, but her head is exposed to the elements.
Oh, that's not a
Ew.
fun time.
Hello.
Oh, that kind of sucks.
You say hello.
Yeah.
She tries to turn to look at you, but she can't turn her head that far.
Oh.
She'll walk like towards her and like stand and like do a little bow and be like, "Hello, hi."
Don't bow. She can't bow too. It's impolite.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She says, hello?
Hi, my name is Lilia. What's yours?
I am Moresk.
Ooh.
Nice to meet you, Moresk.
What happened?
What happened to you?
I'm a death giant.
Oh.
I was a rival of Yogg long ago. She tells you the story of Yogg the Invincible. Yogg was a death giant who lived in the Shadowfell, and he became one of the most powerful ones. Most death giants, when they kill somebody, they get one of those soul shards that rotate around them. He ended up with just a huge cloud of them to the point where you couldn't even see around him. And he became so powerful that he became a demigod, like the demigod of death giants. And during that time, he made a lot of enemies, including Moresk. So what he did was he made this realm, this little pocket dimension or demi-plane. As he was preparing this big plan of his, he wanted to kill the god of giants and replace him. So before he did that, he made this place and he put her here. She was his worst rival. And then he went to try to kill Anum the Allfather, the god of the giants. But he was defeated, and all that remained of him was just a wisp that got sucked into the Shadowfell and ended up in the Amber Temple in a big chunk of amber. But what he did was, before he attacked Anum, was he took a lot of his soul shards and he put them in these trees. This is where he stored all of the people, all the souls that he had collected over the time. And this was a place that he had built in case he was destroyed, that maybe one day he could be reborn.
Do you know how to destroy this place?
Do I know how?
Well, I want to set the souls free.
She thinks for a moment, and, okay. You guys have been rolling high. I think you're due for a low roll. So, Winthrop and Lilia, you both see she's wearing an earring that for a moment glows with magic.
Ooh.
And you were like, wow, I could just take that earring. There's nothing she could do. So make a charisma saving throw.
Oh no.
Damn.
Joke's on you! Got 18 on the die!
Okay, it was about time.
Oh,
Yeah.
no!
What you
Yeah.
got, Winthrop?
Yes.
3!
Yeah.
A 3 is not high enough.
I
You
didn't
have
think so.
to have the earring.
Why is it always when it's time to steal something?
Because you want to steal something.
You want all the
Because
things!
stealing is easy. That's why.
Okay, here.
Ah,
While she's telling the story, though, because
I'm watching you. I'm watching Winthrop go and steal like the
I know.
the earring, and
Watching
I'm like, and you give me a lecture, and really,
What a hypocrite!
really,
You just walk over to a tree and start pulling shards.
yeah. I'm like, fine, I'm gonna do this.
wow,
watching and laughing.
unless there's a soul in it. Oh, jeez. Okay.
So, Winthrop, she's encased in this block of amber. She's a giant, so she's like 15 feet up. So how do you
Right.
how do you try to get the earring? What do you do?
Don't you have those wings?
Yeah, but they only help me glide.
Oh,
They
yeah.
don't really fly anything. Oh, come on.
I'll give you a boost if you ask nicely.
Oh, you know I wouldn't ask nicely because I know it's my demon blood. However, of course I hadn't have to use my teleport yet.
Ah, so you teleport
Yeah.
on the block next to her head.
I guess.
See this gleaming earring, and she says, "What do you think you're doing?"
No, Winthrop, what are you doing?
I'm honestly not sure.
Then you take it.
I guess. If I have no choice.
You.
She goes, "No, my earring of invisibility."
Oh, that's what this is. Cool.
Now you know what it does.
Awesome.
It lets you
I-
cast invisibility on yourself once per day.
It's like it's this
Wow.
size. It's the size of my head.
It's a magic item, so it shrinks to
It
fit you.
shrinks. That's so cool.
What does it look like?
Oh. Now you're excited
I
about
don't.
it.
Well, you can kind of decide what it looks like. I just think it's
Cool.
this evil
Okay.
black thing.
During the time she went to go and steal the earrings, Brave Sweet actually went back to get like the 2 gems that she could steal off the tree.
Those 2
He's
specific
like, might as
ones.
well.
Yeah. They're back. They're back in her grasp, but you don't get to know because you're busy stealing stuff.
I mean, that makes sense.
That's really.
It's like, I don't even know. But one thing that I do know is as soon as she like finishes the story, I do buckle over laughing because Yogg the Invincible isn't invincible. He was defeated.
He was. He was.
Oh, what?
He was defeated by Annam the Allfather. She says.
Oh,
She
that's
says.
funny.
I think it's funny too. Thief.
Why would you do
Uh,
that?
I don't know.
Lily, you know why. I mean, you almost wanted to snatch it. So.
It's like you should give it back. It's not nice.
I should, can I?
No.
Yeah, you should. You just
Nope.
gave me a lecture.
No way.
Like-
You covet the earring. It looks great on you. It's perfect for your aesthetic.
It is.
Oh.
And it gives you incredible power.
Oh boy.
So, you visited every area. There's this death giant encased in amber. There's a place where you can summon Yogg, and there's a furnace, and you think you need to put the fire out. Oh, jeez, I almost forgot. Jeez.
Okay.
She says, you snatched her earring, though. I might know how to put out the fire.
How?
Alice, I am sorry about my friend.
I don't. He's like, I like it. He has no
Oh, I'm
excuse,
sorry.
and he knows, and he
She's-
just doesn't.
Afflicted by demon blood, and it's
She-
kind of hurting him.
She sighs and says, normally I would ask for something in exchange, but I've been here so long, and I just want this to end. They say that
Wait, we
the
can
only
do
thing that
that?
can put out those fires are tears of regret.
Well, Winthrop
Well-
stole something, so I bet.
Oh,
Well,
we got a lot of that. We got a
I
lot
have
of
a
that.
lot of
We just
regret.
gotta go and- we just gotta go and cry over there for a little bit.
Yeah,
I can cry
cry.
a river right now.
We got
We
lots
can
of
just cry and it'll be all good.
Yeah, we can have a play on top.
Should we go share a
Good old
feeling
cry
by the
session.
campfire, make some
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time to go for field trip. Thanks.
field
Thanks.
trip.
What's your name?
It's like a field trip, but it's a field trip. Yep, there you go.
Mhm,
Oh
mhm.
my god, that was such a bad, good joke.
So are you ready to go try to make yourselves cry?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's gonna take
yeah,
42
yeah.
seconds.
That is what I do every Sunday.
Sorry, there's.
Why?
Yeah. I just,
All right.
Like, mosquito. Gotta get that.
Before we leave, I'll ask the giantess, is there anything we can do to get you out of here? It doesn't seem
She-
fair that
Has no idea. I have no idea.
I'm sorry. I wish I could help, but nothing I do seems to work.
Hmm. Keep saying that, Lilia.
That's a good
You need
start.
to stop.
Save those for the regret tear ceremony.
Can I try to dispel magic on her?
Yeah, it doesn't
on
work.
The ember? No, it doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
Oh, okay.
And
Oh
it makes
my
you a little
God.
sad.
Yes, I've had a few. It just looks so defeated.
So,
Press her.
Chungus says, I feel like we're running out of time. Maybe we better get back to that furnace. It's eight,
Chungus is now the.
it's
watch.
8:13.
Oh, you're right, Chungus. We gotta go.
Oh. Let's get moving.
On the way there. So does this mean y'all are gonna have to cry tears of regret and throw them in the fire, and that's gonna work? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Hopefully.
Like it.
So you return to the furnace, and Seraphine, again, your armor feels like magnetically attracted to the furnace. But there's nobody around. It's just you and this super hot fire.
And your regrets.
Oh, I've got a lot of that.
All right, story time.
Everybody sit down.
Okay, everybody sit down.
We all sit down. Crisscross applesauce.
I'm gonna get like a little bowl out.
Around the
You get a
campfire.
bowl.
Brave Sweet
Yeah.
like
Here.
pops open like a quart of her fine wine that she has in her pack somewhere. It's like, here we go.
That'll make it go
Let's
faster.
start
Let's
this out
go.
right. Here we go.
We're literally gonna cry out of fires because we're dumbasses.
I love this.
So I mean, you don't have to cry in real life. You're gonna have to tell me what you do to try to generate tears of regret, and I'll have to decide if it's enough to fill 1/4 of the bowl,
Oh my god.
or if the single tear is just full of potent regret. That's gonna obviously.
Ooh,
Oh god. Who wants to do it? Go in order?
Marcus Neural says this sounds really awkward, so I'm just gonna wait over there.
No, Marcus.
Fair enough.
Marcus.
I'm sure you have
Marcus.
You do have
One
regret too, but
more.
you haven't cried about it, so I don't think it's needed.
And you also see the Blink Dog like on patrol, ready to lick your valuable tears of regret.
No.
We can't
Good.
do. Not this time, buddy. Not this time.
Okay, who wants to go first?
Who
Over
does
here.
indeed?
I think you should go first.
No. I'm good. I'll go last.
Okay.
I'm 70 years old. I got no life anymore.
You have done so much. In
I
your
had
life.
dreams. I had dreams of ships. I had dreams of family. But that's all gonna go because I'm 70 years old.
You got some like. Oh no.
I rule that your eyes are welling up, but there are no tears yet.
Like, get really deep.
Fabio doesn't want somebody that's 70 years old.
Here comes a tear of regret.
Does it work if I'm crying tears of laughter?
It's got to be regret. So the rabbit moves the bowl over, and ting.
Yay! Just one. That's it.
Well, is that all you say? What were you saying? Say again about what was it about Fabio?
He doesn't want a
He's
7-year-old.
he's so young.
We don't know how old he is, actually. He could be older.
He looks so young.
He's a flesh golem. Just want to point
And
that out.
fleshy. Young and fleshy.
He's fleshy. Oh, fleshy. Okay.
Young and
All right.
fleshy.
Boom! A
And
powerful.
I'm just wrinkly. I'm just wrinkly now.
Oh, there's another tear of regret. Okay. All right.
I'm
Just going
vain.
through all of my things that I've written down about Winthrop regret. So I mean,
Ha, ha.
Yeah.
Good
Go
job.
for it then. Lilia, Winthrop?
give me a minute as I try to find the good ones.
Okay, Lilia?
I laughed so hard that I'm actually crying.
I know, I cried a bit. Lilia, what do you regret?
Oh, you're muted. You're muted.
Yeah,
Ah,
do it again. There you go, do it again.
okay. Every time I try to do something, it always ends up badly. And every time I try to help my friends,
I know.
they keep falling further than I can reach because I have stupidly short arms.
That's awful.
No, that's your eyes are welling up. There are no tears of regret.
Come on, do something else. Come on.
Lilia's good at tears of regret, so.
She is.
She regrets almost everything.
Worse. I know you feel worse. Talk about your parents. Get it.
Your mom and dad. Let it out.
I almost killed my mom, and even though I know that they're evil, I kind of regret hurting her. There was some time back before everything started that we were a happy family. At least I thought we were. And I thought they loved me, and I love them, and I don't know. It's just a lot of people that are around me that keep falling into the darkness.
Okay, that's a tear of regret. Yep, there it goes. Zero. Bloop.
I think I saw your dead mom. I did nothing about it. That's another regret.
All right, bonus tear plops in.
Bonus.
Yes!
All right.
Yeah!
You've half of your tears of regret are in the bowl.
I'm sorry. Hold on. I just had a funny.
Okay.
In Dice Camera action, crying is a free action. In Dungeon Academy, crying is a ritual.
Yeah!
A currency.
Sorry, it's a currency.
A ritual is an amount of time for a spell casting. Let me have this.
It's gonna
I
take
love
10
that.
minutes. I'm pretty sure we're like pouring out our feelings.
Yeah.
So there's the bowl. The rabbit Chungus is looking. Who should she slide the bowl to next?
Winthrop, you ready or you need an extra minute?
I am actually crying in real life.
Ah.
I need to find the
It's
good
so
one
funny.
because it's like
Time.
Okay, then I'll go down the list. I wasn't there to protect my family. I succumbed to darkness and don't regret that, but I regret the fact that it hurt my friends. I regret the fact that I still want it in some way, and I hate that I want it. I regret the fact that everything I'm doing is not the exact way that I wanted to, but I'm proud of myself for doing it, but I regret the methods that are taking there. I pretty much doomed a whole race and civilization of dwarves into my domain. I regret the fact that one of us is probably going to get really hurt, and I probably won't be able to do anything to stop that. I regret the fact that I chose myself over someone else, and I'll probably never be able to help them ever because I was selfish and chose to do that. I regret the fact that I won't be able to help people, and I have to just accept that and understand that I can't help everyone because I want to live. And I regret the fact that we'll probably have to kill a lot more people than we want to just to get what we need done. And I regret the fact that
That's a lot of tears of regret. And then
yeah, just pouring it out.
Chungus says,
Oh.
do you regret anything about Strahd?
I regret the fact that I feel like I can't help him even though I want to, and that I'm killing his last love and taking her place.
Okay, tears of regret in the bowl.
I fill the whole bowl up.
Yeah, that's a lot of
here.
tears. And then there's awkward silence as everybody looks at Winthrop.
It's like
A deep
it's
breath.
almost there, like to the brim. We just
Our eyes are swollen, and we're like, our tears are like,
I can't even cry.
and we're just waiting for you.
Come on, Winthrop, get it.
okay.
I
we
regret
go.
your face
Thanks, Brave Sweet. That's
and your life lessons. You thief.
okay. Not helping.
Brave Sweet goes to just like starts roasting you.
No, let him speak.
For a long time, all I knew was apathy, feeling empty, loneliness, depression. It was that way for a long time, amplified by the effect of the Shadowfell. It's how that place works. I'm more resistant to it than a lot of people who visit the plane, but it's harder to find happiness there, and it's why my family was so important. Travels, collections, and I wasn't there to help them. when they died, and then we met them. You saw Dad go fall into a void, and then my mom is a zombie apparently in Barovia, and I still couldn't do anything, and I couldn't say goodbye.
Group hug. Group hug.
Group hug, and then we all cry one last
All
tear
right,
together.
tears of regret.
Oh my God, sorry.
All right. And the bunny's like, whoa, okay, the bowl's full.
Yeah, it's like spilling.
Oh, and I'm like, oh,
I like dip a finger in. It's salty.
Oh.
That's how tears work. I'm pretty sure.
All right, you have your tears of regret. There's the furnace. What do you do?
Dump it on the furnace.
Eat.
I like Lilia will take the bowl and put it onto the furnace.
Okay.
And she'll say to all of you, you may regret a lot of things, but I don't regret me being friends with you guys.
I do.
I don't regret that either. Yeah. And I go for another group hugs.
Group hug.
Group
Yeah.
hugs.
Now there's steam everywhere because water on fire.
When you dump the tears into the fire completely goes out. The whole place rumbles. And so smoke is constantly issuing out of the top of it, and it just stops. So the last of the smoke goes up into the sky, and then a hole in the clouds starts to spread. And very quickly, the whole sky clears up, and you can see a big rift beyond the clouds that maybe you fell out of.
Oh.
So that appears to be the way out, but it's up in the sky. And Chungus goes,
Fun.
how the heck are we supposed to get up there?
Great question.
There are very large trampoline anywhere.
Wait a minute.
No.
Wait.
I might be able to make the trees grow
Hold up.
tall enough.
Hold up. You have your horse,
Yeah.
and I can fly. I don't know how many people.
I can take Lily on mine. We just have to figure out how Brave Sweet can get up.
Marcus
isn't,
and
isn't there like a whole bunch of dwarves just hanging out
You
somewhere?
yeah,
don't know
that
where
too.
they went. You left them in the forest and you haven't seen them since.
Should I go back to them? Do we have much time?
Wait, to get who?
The dwarves?
Oh, yeah, shit. We haven't seen them, so... I mean, I already regret damning them, but it's probably a better place here now than my domain.
I don't know if is this place gonna stay this place?
I
don't
mean,
know.
we don't really have time. It might close.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
So, how do we get Brave Sweet up? If you can fly.
I'll turn into a giant eagle.
Oh!
Lord of the Rings and shit, yes!
Yeah, if you can carry Lilia, because she's tiny, then I can have Brave Sweet on the horse.
That would work.
And I could take Marcus too, or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Lilia can hold the blink dog.
The dog and the rabbit, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Rabbit
so
does the
you
prick
can
feet
use
thing.
your ring to summon your comet steed, and you can
Yay.
fit yourself, and I mean, you could fit like Lilia and a person if you wanted, and then with it, you're going to be a giant eagle, so you could carry at least one. So the rabbit and the dog, you could probably get everybody. It'd be a little tricky,
Yeah.
I
It'll
have
be-
my claws
It's
too.
like when you sit like
Talons.
6 people in a 5-people car and it's just really cramped.
so
I
I
mean,
have someone on my
really
back, and then I carry Marcus like this by his arms, just like, ah!
So
Perfect.
you pile on the comet steed and on the eagle, and you
Yep.
fly up into the sky, and the comet steed leaves a trail of stardust behind it. So you
Aw.
swoop up towards the rift, and the whole weird little forest of soul shards gets smaller and smaller, and you go through the rift.
Yes.
There's a flash of light, and you appear back in what was once Seraphine's domain of dread, but now it is a much more pleasant-looking, grassy, mossy temple,
Well, I technically spelled it.
and it's in the astral plane. You see the purple void and a floating, giant, mile-long dead dwarf. And you have escaped. You come back through the color pool into the temple, and you are out of Yogg the Invincible's realm.
Whoa, this place is sick.
Yeah, you're welcome. I created this. Technically, I can like start a civilization here. Technically.
We really need to go anywhere? We could
Is
just
there like a pocket dimension?
Home base.
home base.
In the astral
Home
plane.
base.
Yeah, you can turn you can
Like
have
a kingdom.
you
You can turn it into an academy.
So you're in the astral plane. Your
you.
ship with your crew.
That sounds like a good idea.
Your ship with your crew in it is waiting for you in Eberron, so you're gonna have to figure out a way to get from the astral plane to Eberron. But
There's some people
you know that
in,
the astral plane is full of portals to other realms.
Yeah, we can figure it out.
You're pretty sure
Alright.
that you'll be able
This
to
is a
figure.
portal to one of them.
And so you've got 3 pieces of the Rod of 7 Parts, and you're just about ready to go looking for the 4th. So
Yes.
we will start.
I think we need a vacation. I swear to God.
Okay. All right. So next episode, do you want to stop off somewhere for a break?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Talk about our fucking issues.
And it was a beach. You wanted to go to a beach.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I
Now-
didn't hear that.
Episode.
You're in a all right. You're in the astral plane, right? So you have access to all sorts of different realms. So
Access
would
of
you
all
want to go to
sorts.
a beach on a mortal world, or would you want to go to a beach in like Celestia, like the godly realm with the silver sea? Would you want to go there?
Going on the beach with Umbra.
Yeah.
you know
Oh,
what?
guys.
Wesley Powderbottom lives in Heart's Faith, which is very close to the Silver Sea. So you could actually go to where he lives, and you could go
Oh
to
my
the
God,
beach
yes.
We
with
could
angels.
pay him a visit.
Yes.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah, I want to apologize.
All right. So next week we'll do the beach episode.
Yes.
Apparently,
Yay!
All right.
That'd be
Beach episode.
All right.
all
Cool.
I know is that I feel like this session pretty much encapsulated a song that I put on Winthrop's playlist.
Really?
Polarized by 21 Pilots. Part of the chorus is help me polarize, help me down. Those days, my friends and I, we got a lot of problems.
Hey,
Yep.
All right. So why don't we wrap it up and do some plugs? Do you have any plugs?
Yeah. On Friday, last Friday, we actually finished our first Retro Escape campaign. So next Friday, we're starting a new one. And
Nice.
I play a magical girl moth, and she's great, and I love her.
cute.
She's
So cute.
so if you want to see me go on adventures, it's gonna be super fun. Scotty's playing a skeleton with an afro, so you know it's gonna be good.
nice. Nice.
I'm not gonna say what it is yet, but if you see my Twitter, there's might be something really cool coming out in the next couple of weeks that has something to do with Dungeon Academy. So, look out for that.
Really?
Yeah.
Excitement.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be great.
Chloe, got any plugs?
Just this every Sunday at 5:30 p.m. Standard Time, and you can catch me over on my Twitter at Chloe_fairy1. Right now, it's a lot of animals because that makes me happy right now.
Makes
So
me happy too.
it's animals mainly.
Aminos.
But when I feel good, I'm halfway through a Lilia sketch right now, so I might be releasing art later this week.
Cool. Very good.
I
All right,
love
Rena.
Lily art.
I have the hat
I have a
done.
whole wall here of just Lily art.
Awesome.
I've seen it. It's amazing.
Oh my god.
Right. In person, it's
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot of Lilias up here.
Wow.
Right, there's one right there.
All right, Rena, you got any plugs?
Yeah. Let's see. On Thursdays, I usually am on Waffle Talk. I haven't been the past few times rather, because busy all of a sudden. So hopefully soon again. There's Waffle Talk, and then also I've been streaming more than I have in the past. Again, I haven't recently because I'm busy, but I'm planning to either today or tomorrow to unlock Rosie Beestinger on Idle Champions. So hopefully that will happen. It's the same username, Miko Karina, MIKOCARINA, and you can also find me on Twitter under the same. Only there's an underscore between Miko and Karina. So
Brienne, Stinkcat Breezy.
Yes, follow me on Twitter. I'm working on a metal moth right now for school projects, and pretty much because of school projects, I will be busy for the next 2 weeks. But then after that, projects. I have projects planned, including a potential D&D either live stream and or because I actually asked people who only played D&D very irregularly or never before, and I went, hey, would you guys be cool with live streaming this? And they're like, sure, let's make a thing out of it. And I'm like, hey.
Awesome.
So I might be streaming my
The
own
student
D&D.
has become the teacher.
Yeah. Awesome.
I'm so excited. So check
Student
out for updates.
The master.
Probably won't happen. Yeah. It probably won't happen for another. Ha ha ha. Whoa.
Love it.
Whoa. That's a dimension. Whoa.
Um.
Probably won't happen for a month from now, but I'm excited for that potential.
Awesome.
Yay!
Good.
There was another thing that I can't remember. Oh yeah. So, you know how at the beginning Winthrop did a stupid and went jumping into a hole? Well, I can share the behind the scenes that I had shared with the rest of the group already.
Yeah, that was
I'll
good.
probably post that on Twitter at some point.
Oh my god, that made me
It
cry.
happened. I may as well.
I can't spoilers, but it made me cry.
Awesome.
It happened, so I can do it. So here we are.
We're the biggest fans of our own show. It's great.
Looks at Lilia's fan art wall over here.
I don't know what you mean.
This one is funny. It's like all I had to do. I was like, tears of regret. Okay, that'll work.
Yep.
Stellar
It
job.
was awesome. Thank you.
A++.
Yeah. So this Thursday we're gonna do some waffle talks. I'm gonna try and actually do 3 short waffle talks this Thursday. So if you got
Ooh.
time, check them out. 'cause I gotta get all caught up.
The
Yeah.
last
There's
2
PAX
episodes, the
and
one
all
that
that.
was by Holly and the one that was with PAX were both really good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I gotta get all caught up. So thank you everybody for watching. Thank you everybody in the chat. Thank you to people who followed and donated bits and subscribed. I really appreciate it. It was awesome.
The real MVPs.
You still have that 20?
The
Yes,
real-
I'm gonna write it down.
And we'll be back again next week, and the group is gonna go to the beach. So we'll see you guys next time.
Going to
Thanks.
the beach.
Bye-bye.
Away.
Bye.